Guys, welcome. I have 11 different fragrance samples right in front of me here. And one by one, I'm gonna be doing a this or that with these fragrance samples and deciding which ones I like better. So by the end of this video, I'm gonna have 11 fragrance samples up here in front of me from worst to best. Let's get into it. To make things interesting, I have them all in this little box right here. I'm putting them to the side and I'm not gonna be looking. I'm just gonna grab one, so start. I can't see. Start with this one. Mojave Ghost Absolute from Byredo. So there's nothing for this to go up against, so I'm just gonna talk about it. This is absolutely one of my favorites of all time. It's a nice musky note with some sweetness in there. Maybe a more mature version of some other Byredos I've smelled, more specifically Bald Freak Absolute. So this is just an in-depth version of the Mojave Ghost DNA, the original DDP. And it's stunning. Like, there's not much that can compare to this, so Byredo's Mojave Ghost Absolute. It's gonna start us off here. Okay. Pick a random one. Okay. This is Blanc Imperial from Essential Parfum. Yeah. Another one of my very favorites of all time, if I'm being honest. First time I wore this, I wasn't very sure, but quickly I realized this is amazing. It's kind of got a bug spray vibe to it, and doing some research on the notes, there's like a basil note in here which you can get. But it's really fresh, a really fresh and green fragrance with just some spiciness that's kind of nice. But overall, this is just a really nice, earthy, airy fragrance that's light and inviting. And it's just such a masterpiece to me. It's not quite as good as Mojave Ghost Absolute, but they're absolutely in the same league. So I'm gonna put it behind it. Mojave Ghost Absolute is still number one out of these, but it's gonna go right behind it. Next one. Let's see. Bleu Memoire L'Exclusif by Alexandria Fragrances. This one is one I got for free with my Egyptian Attitude from Alexandria. So this is another dupe fragrance. This is a dupe of Bleu de Chanel, I believe. It's really nice. It's very citrusy on the opening, and it dries down and stays that way. So that's the main thing I'd get with it, but there's like a blueness to it that's really nice. Good, nice and fresh. A little bit too citrusy for my taste. There's not too much complexity with this fragrance, so it's not one of my very favorite decants. So it's definitely gonna be third for right now out of these three, and we'll see how the rest of the list shapes out. Maybe down a little bit, not looking. Suspiro Vibrato. I wore this the other week. This stuff is great. It's like a sparkly ginger ale. It's one of the staples that I've smelled for like a summer warm fragrance. It's just really sparkly, bright and fun. But there's a little bit of maturity in here. I don't know how to describe it. It might just be because it lasts for a while, so there's some maturity that evolves throughout the scent profile as you let it sit on your skin a little bit. But yeah, really nice sparkly ginger fragrance that I'm definitely gonna get a full bottle of at some point. So I would put it definitely above Bleu Memoire, and I would say for right now, right below Essential Parfums Blanc Imperial. All right, 4 down, 7 left to go. Let's see. Modeled by Arabia Prestige. So this is a really nice, complex, spicy and sweet fragrance. It's really good. Reminds me of Blonde Amber a little bit softer and less, I guess, masculine, but still really, really nice. Out of these, it's very comfortably above Bleu Memoire. Not quite as good as Suspiro Vibrato. Different scents for sure, but I definitely prefer Vibrato, so that's gonna be the 5 so far. Lattafa Pride Art of Universe. So this one's really just like a fruit basket. Very, very sweet. Definitely too sweet for my taste, so it's definitely gonna go last out of these. Bleu Memoire is actually something I'd wear more than this. So just not my preference. I'm glad I got it to try it. I think a lot of people would really enjoy this fragrance, but it's just not necessarily for me, especially in comparison to some really good fragrances here. 5 left. Not even moving, but now look at him. And Grease a la Rob by Mason & Gerard. So I was just talking about a fragrance that smelled very similar to Blonde Amber from Clive Christian, and this smells almost exactly like Blonde Amber from Clive Christian because it's a dupe of it, which is such an amazing scent profile. That deep, dark richness and spiciness mixed with the soft sweetness. Such a good fragrance. Definitely would be above Mad Al Dabab for me. I don't like it as much as Suspiro Vibrato though, so I'll shift these and put this right above Mad Al Dabab, but like I said, below Suspiro Vibrato. We only have 4 fragrances left. Let's see what we get next. This is Olfactory Music Fest. And this is a very unique one in my collection. It's something that is kind of weird to describe because every time I smell it, it smells a little bit different. And there's no real rhyme or reason to that. It's just how I experience the fragrance. It's a nice, subtle spiciness, but it's that classic like dark orange liquid where it's a winter fragrance. It's something you want to wear in cooler weather. So there's some kind of vanillas that come through in here. It's nice. It's just not something I'd reach for even in a winter space compared to a lot of different fragrances. So out of these, I do like it more than Blue Memoir, but I do not like it as much as Mad Al Dabab. Similar to Mad Al Dabab, I like that one better, so it's gonna go right there. We only have 3 left, so I'm gonna go one by one here. Louis Vuitton Imagination. Layered this on my skin today with Bois Imperial, and that's the best layering combination I've ever done. Period, point blank, end of story. This stuff is phenomenal. It's like a clean luxury bar of soap on the opening and dries down to a really rich and sophisticated smelling cooler weather vanilla base. This stuff is great. I love it a lot. It's not gonna go ahead of Mojave Ghost Absolute for me, for sure, but it can go right ahead of Bois Imperial. They're very, very close to me. Very close. I'm gonna slightly prefer it to Bois Imperial because I feel like it stands alone as a fragrance I enjoy on skin a little bit more, where Bois Imperial really shines through on a layering combination, but nevertheless, they're 1A and 1B to me in that order, so I'm gonna put it number 2 so far out of these. Next, Star Chaser from Thomas Kosmala. I got this fragrance. I blind bought the samples, so take that for what you will. It was a few bucks. It wasn't really blind buying, but got it so I didn't have to blind buy. But I probably will get a full bottle of this eventually if I don't just get Lafayette Street by Bond No. 9 because they're very similar. But this stuff is just great. I would definitely have it up here. I'm gonna have it right below Suspiro Vibrato. So Star Chaser from Thomas Kosmala next. A really nice, soothing kind of fragrance that smells a lot like Lafayette Street by Bond No. 9, and that's the reason I bought it. I had a TikTok comment a week or 2 ago recommending I try this if I liked Bond No. 9, and I definitely like it. So it's gonna be up there. I would have it very close to something like Suspiro Vibrato, I think, based on quality out of these. It's not better than Mojave Ghost Absolute, it's not better than Imagination, it's not better than Bois Imperial. Is it better than Suspiro Vibrato? I think it's really close. I would actually probably lean Suspiro Vibrato if you were to ask me today. So I'm gonna put it right below Suspiro Vibrato. That leaves Ball the Freak Absolute from Byredo as the last decant standing, and this is gonna go number 1 for me out of these. It's slightly better than Mojave Ghost Absolute to me. It just smells like the word optimism is the best way to describe it for me. It's very inviting, very warm, it's sweet, citrusy, fresh, and there's some complexity to it. I've smelled the EDP version. I think this is 10 times better. The opening is very similar, but even in the opening, there's some more depth to Absolute, and that really shines through on the dry down. So Ball the Freak Absolute, if you don't have a full bottle of it, I would definitely recommend getting a sample bottle. That's gonna go number 1 out of these samples. So it's gonna round out my decant bottles from worst to best. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really enjoy making these videos, and I'm excited to see you when I see you. Peace.